heart out.
Hi, I'm Kayla Ogden.
And I'm Rachel Sear.
And this is...
Write Your Heart Out.
Haha, I left you hanging. I can't do the double.
The double's really awkward.
Yeah, so last week we had our AI debate.
Oh my God, the AI debate.
Which was hilarious. And Rachel, you didn't even listen to it.
I didn't. I'm a little scared of it. I'm scared to even listen to us talking about AI.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared. I'm scared of AI now.
Yes. Well, you sent me a video that I was also too scared to watch. So tell me about it.
Okay, so it was a video where this AI guy, Roman Yamposki, he was being interviewed, and he's this AI guy, and he's making these predictions about the future. By the way, this episode is not about AI. Don't worry, we're not going to have some drunken, stupid argument about AI.
We won't do it again. We did it.
That was a one and done, okay? But this dude, he's very knowledgeable. He's been in this AI space for decades, and he's predicting that we're all dead in like 10 years.
Yeah, see? See, told you so.
So that was really scary, and I think after listening to that and thinking about things too much, I began feeling very hopeless and like, what's even the point and that kind of thing. One thing, though, that was interesting that he said was, okay, so he says that 99% of jobs are going to be obsolete in terms of humans doing them. The jobs that humans are going to be doing are things that you just prefer to have a human doing that thing. So like maybe you want a sex worker, and for some crazy reason you want them to have, blood pumping through their veins.
Why would you want that?
Or you want to read a book and you want it to be by somebody who actually has felt, wind on their skin, and what it's like to have a first kiss, and what grief feels like in that certain place in your chest.
Aww.
Maybe you still want to read books by humans, but if you're still alive, I don't think AI is going to care about reading books by humans. But anyways, that's not what it's about. It just cannot be what it's about, what writing is about. That's kind of what I came to. I was like, oh, remember when, also I've been listening to Stephen Pressfield again to kind of get pumped up. Uh-huh. And one of the things that he says, which we both really liked when we reviewed his book in the beginning of the days of the podcast, we really liked when he said, if you were stranded on a deserted island all by yourself and, you had the tools to do your thing, would you still do it?
Right.
Would you still do this thing that you're passionate about, your art, your territory? Your answer was yes in terms of baking, and my answer was yes in terms of writing. And correct. I almost feel like I'm getting to, that's where I am. I almost feel like it literally may not matter at all. Maybe that was always the case, but I still want to do it.
Yeah, well, good. Let's not talk more about AI.
Yeah. No, we don't need to talk about it.
I don't think I'm 100% there, to be honest, with writing, where like, if I only had that left, that would still be my only thing to bring me joy.
Yeah. So, Rachel, why do you write?
I think it's just fun. It's just fun.
So you enjoy coming up with the stories and characters and being in that world?
Yeah, I've always been a very imaginative person. I'll be like sitting at a restaurant, and then someone will be coming down like a flight of stairs with a tray, and I'll like imagine them falling and the tray going everywhere, and like the whole scene that would unfold, not in like a sadistic way, but like in a storytelling in my imagination way. And I am known to just start laughing at the story that I've created in my head about what could have unfolded as all of this happens.
And will people be like, what, Rachel? And you're like,
yeah, and then I try to explain it, and then I sound ridiculous. And
like, imagine if, and people are like, what?
Yeah. So that's just been a theme in my life of like imagining these ridiculous stories. So like putting them pen to paper is kind of fun. And then obviously with Dinner for Eight, it snowballs really quickly into like something bigger. And that's just how it's always been for me.
Right.
So I don't feel like it's, not yet anyway, maybe it will become more of that, but I don't feel like it's this itch that has to be scratched or else I'll never be satisfied.
But is any of it about having other people enjoy it or it affect other people or having feedback from other people or anything like that? Or is it strictly you're doing it because you enjoy the creation aspect of it?
Good question. I think it's mostly the latter. When I think about people reading Dinner for Eight, I'm just going to keep using that as an example. And that's exciting and it's fun and I really hope people would enjoy it. Mm-hmm. But there was no part of me that was like, ooh, I'm going to add this because I think people will like to read. There was not even an inkling of that. Yes, in my brain.
That's great. Stephen Pressfield would love that.
Because, me and Stevie.
Yeah, because he says that being a hack is somebody who is thinking about the audience's reception and is writing to market.
Sure.
So for me, I just really am in a place where I want to I've learned so much about the publishing world, marketing, agents, all of this stuff over the last 5 years. And I just want to let all of that fucking go.
Sure.
Because I need to be in creation mode.
Yeah.
And there may not be a market by the time I'm done writing this book. That's just the truth.
Oh, no, you really went down a hole.
Although, I mean, none of us know what's truly going to happen.
Right.
What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say I just need to not think about
how the sausage is made. Right? Like you learn too much about how the sausage is made, like the whole back end of of how it works, and it's like, ugh.
Oh, God. That's so gross. That's the grossest turn of phrase.
It's the grossest turn of phrase, and it's true. Like, okay, I want to think about this delicious beef frank. I don't want to think about the intestine that it's getting stuffed into.
So I'm the cow in this situation? Or
no, you're just just a lovely little lass who wants to eat a delicious beef frank.
Okay, I'm eating it.
Well, I
thought I was making it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, exactly. So you just want to eat it. And then you don't want to think about all the bullshit that has to be on the back end to get that to your plate. Or, I mean, you could do it the other way. You just want to make a sausage. You want to make a great quality sausage. And then you learn, like, oh, I have to buy extra fat to put into this. I have to buy intestines to stuff it into.
Like, no one will eat it.
I'm like, yeah, my chef brain is coming on. Like, the amount of things that go into, the preservatives, all of it. And then you have to figure out how to market it. And then you have to figure out who wants to buy it. Like, that's bullshit. All you want to
fill out all the forms and get all the permits and all of that stuff. It's like, I just want to make this sausage that I'm going to eat with my family and friends tonight. I don't want to have to put all this preservatives in it and get packaging and fill out all these forms and shit. I just want to make the best sausage possible. Wow.
We got a little off there.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because it's still true.
Yeah, it's still true. I just want to do the work, and I want it to be pure.
Yeah.
And I want to follow my heart and my muse and where my creativity is taking me, no matter where that may be. And I think that this time, I think if I do it this way, the end product is going to be more timely and original, and I'll feel a lot better about it than my last project. Yeah, so both of us have not been writing.
No.
Life has been
lifing.
I've been bogged the fuck down with back to school and getting my kids in all of these activities and just a million things. I've just been too busy, but now I see time this week actually in this very week that I can write again.
Yeah, I'm feeling like I see the light. I was feeling way too bogged down also, just too many things happening, and now the kids are both in school till 3. I just have a few more chores I need to get done around the house to be able to get all of those things out of my head. I feel like tomorrow's my day.
Okay.
Tomorrow's my day.
Yes, I think excited. It has to be. If tomorrow's not your day, then I'm going to go ahead and call it and say that all those chores have become resistance.
I know. I was just going to say resistance.
I mean, me too. I opened up my, I have this cupboard full of medicine. All the things that you need medically for yourself and your family and your kids and in case of an emergency.
Sure.
But mine, it looked like a box full of garbage. It just is complete. There's no rhyme or reason to anything. And then the medicines and the supplements and things that we take all ended up on the counter, really gross. So
sounds familiar.
I had the most amazing, productive Wellbutrin day where I took all the shit out of there. I organized it. I had Alka-Seltzer tablets in there from Mexico from 2016.
Wow. You needed to save those.
I don't even know what I was doing there. Obviously, I had tummy problems.
Yeah, I was going to say, clearly things were not working out well. Some Montezuma's revenge was kicking up.
A lot of expired stuff. Oh, and then I went and bought like a label maker.
Oh, I love a label
maker. I learned how to actually use this Heimlich maneuver pump thing.
Oh, yeah, I have one of those.
You do? Do you
like
know how to
the
use
life
it?
hack thing?
Yeah, the life hack thing.
I watched a video.
Okay, we bought it like 3 years ago. We just put it in there with all the rest of the shit. So by the end of the day, it just looks so gorgeous in there. But the rest of the house needs all that kind of treatment too. That is resistance. Like I could spend weeks doing that and I would be really happy, but that's not the work. Like that's not my territory. That's not writing. That's not my passion. Like I just need to set that aside. That can get done whenever. But I feel like writing needs to happen now.
Yeah, and like that's a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
You know, when it's the place where you live, it's a never-ending project. So yeah, I can't wait to sit down and like now I feel like I don't even know my book anymore. I can't wait to like pick it back up and get back into it.
Yes. Okay, so on that note, last night Rachel and I said, we need something to work on to kind of get ourselves kind of kick-started again in our writing. And one of the things that we want to do is look up some more contests.
Yes.
That we could enter. So I found 2. Did you find any?
I found a couple. All mine are on like Instagram, so I can give the handles of the people who are having these contests.
I wonder if you might be interested in this one too. It has a really exciting deadline, so it's September 25th.
Coming up?
So that is fucking soon.
Okay, what are they looking for?
So this is called the Book Pipeline Unpublished Contest. Like I said, deadline September 25th, 2025. I totally want to encourage our listeners to enter these contests with us. If you win, we win. We would love to hear about some winners.
Totally.
But this is like, I think pretty much any genre. Fantasy fiction, mystery, nonfiction, science fiction, young adult. The aim of the contest is to discover unpublished manuscripts across those 10 categories. Winners receive $25,000.
Wow.
Industry circulation, which is like priceless, and executive development opportunities.
Wow.
It's open to writers age 18 and older with specific submission guidelines based on categories. It's expensive. The entry fee is $45. And what's cool also is they announce the winner on November 10th.
Wow, that's soon, which is really nice.
It's so nice to have like a good turnaround like that.
It is.
They've been receiving entries for like 6 months or something like that. I imagine they've been reading them as they come in. And then mine is going to come in on September 25th, along with whoever's else's is these like...
Maybe mine.
Yeah, and then they're going to use that month to probably read the people that came in really late. But what I was thinking is I have this manuscript, right, that I wrote it. I sent it out to 10 agents. I had my beta readers, my friends read it. I had some good feedback about my writing, you know. People said that it was great writing, that they really liked the concept, all this stuff. But, you know, nobody really was so passionate about this book that they wanted to champion it for me.
Yeah.
With that being said, a lot of writers have to send their work out to a lot more agents than that. But I think through this process, I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to work on something else. This was my first book. I learned a lot doing it, and I think I can do a lot better. But since I have it, maybe what I'll do is I'll spend the next 2 weeks reworking it, thinking about how I could make it better.
Sure.
One of the ways that I think I could make it better is, for a long time, I listened to that book by E.B. White, it's The Elements of Style. And this is like a quintessential writing book that a lot of people read. It is so good and so informative, and it basically tells you to make everything super, super concise. It's one of those, the kind of advice that will tell you never to say, Rachel exclaimed, or Rachel shouted, or Rachel cried out. You always just have to say, Rachel said Rachel, said Rachel, like that.
Wow.
and like that you don't use any adjectives ever. Like you just keep everything super sparse and it's like that, right? And then also I've been listening to, there's this podcast that I've been listening to for a long time called The Essential Guide to Writing a Novel by James Thayer. And it's really nice to listen to. Like I like this guy. He's like this old guy in Seattle and he has a lot of like old, very like ideas about writing. He's always saying that the character's inner monologue is the most boring part of the book and that you like their thoughts and feelings that people just, it's just so boring. And what people really want is action. And so you should minimize getting inside your character's head and talking about their thoughts and feelings as much as possible.
Do you think that's sorry, I'm just going to say something a little inflammatory. Don't you think that's just like a man's perspective? I feel like we read The Wedding People in our book group and that was like all in her head. Like I feel like this guy, James
Thayer.
I mean, no offense to men listening, in my experience, most of the men in my life don't like to be in their heads. They
in their own heads?
Yeah. Like, I don't think they want to be in anyone else's head necessarily. They aren't as comfortable in other people's heads as women are. And I think that that's a major thing for this guy to say when I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think that it's a bunch of old writing advice from back in the day when men were the ones giving all the writing advice.
Right.
And also, men were writing more, men were reading more, men were more like a part of literary society or leaders therein. These days, most readers are women, but I don't care. I don't write just for women. I want women and men to read my books. I guess what I'm saying is I was just following these rules. It's not just from this guy or E.B. White. It's just across so many educational things that I've ingested. And then I realized like that's what I did in my book. And I think that's why maybe people aren't connecting with my characters as deeply as I want them to.
Okay.
I think that might be the missing special sauce.
Okay.
And it's crazy because Sally Rooney, for example, who I'm lukewarm on her books. I really like.
She's normal people in those books. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm lukewarm on reading the actual books. I like the screen adaptations a lot, but her books, they're so wildly popular and they have a huge cult following and they are all inner monologue. Like there's pages and pages, thick paragraphs just of this woman thinking about her endometriosis and how her roommate is experiencing her illness and how she feels about it and if she wants to tell her lover about it. And it's just her ruminating on her disease, her like feminine disease.
Sure.
And people love it. And if she can do that, I can at least infuse my work with some more messy emotions and
absolutely.
Yeah, and thoughts and feelings. So I think that would be a big thing. I think I want to spend the next 2 weeks infusing the book with that.
Yeah.
And then send it into this contest.
I love that. I think that's a great idea.
You know?
Yeah,
why not?
I think you got too deep into how the sausage was made, Kayla. You need to come out.
I think I did. I really think I did. I need to let a lot of stuff just like fall off me, like molting.
Yeah.
I need to mold.
Were you just curious. Are you scared of like, quote unquote, doing it wrong? Like, because writing is just like any other form of art where what's good is subjective, right? It's so subjective.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously there's, pretty shitty books out there that are still published because it's subjective.
Yes.
So as long as, you know.
I think that when I got started, I did need to know some of the rules. And I think that they've helped my writing for clarity. Like, I think a lot of the rules have helped a lot.
Well, I mean, we've talked before about the rules, like the rules that I didn't necessarily know, like the perspective thing. Like, if you're writing from first person, the other person, you don't get to know what the other person's feeling. And like those types of rules, totally. I mean, I fully agree. There's some basics that everyone needs to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Things like having conflict in a scene.
Yeah.
Having the characters always wanting something. Like, things that I've learned along the way that have been really, really helpful. I think also, though, I wanted to do it well. As much as I think Colleen Hoover, for example, knows how to spin a yarn, and she writes these really interesting stories, right?
Sure.
She's like a great storyteller. And for me and for a lot of her critics, you know, maybe the writing, if there was something weak about her as an author, it would probably be writing, like on the line level.
Sure.
And I just didn't want to be like that. I wanted to be a good writer, not only a good storyteller, but a good writer. Yeah, I wanted to write something respectable.
Yeah.
So that's why I was concerned with, I didn't want to make some, you know, the equivalent of designing a billboard and using like Comic Sans for your font or whatever.
Right.
I wanted, but now I'm at the point where I feel like I've learned enough that I can start choosing what to actually like incorporate and what to just throw out. Yeah. So that's my first contest. Would you be interested at all in sending in your book?
Maybe. I mean, I need to get through the first editing process first, for sure. But I do kind of like the idea of giving myself the goal of September 25th.
Well, you're so fast.
I am pretty fast. I do want somebody to have read the full book though before then, which seems a little demanding. You know, like that's like, I'm going to edit all this. You have 2 days to read it. And then I need, you know, like, because I feel like somebody else's eyes should have been on it. But by all definition, isn't that what a manuscript is? Something that's like tucked away that nobody else has read yet? Unpublished writing.
Yeah, a manuscript is the full book,
right?
But it goes through a lot of different stages. So right now,
it's still a manuscript once people have read. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And it's right. I just wonder about this book pipeline unpublished contest. I wonder if it doesn't sound like they expect your book to be completely perfect. I think you do probably want it to be pretty close.
Because circulation, I read circulation as to publishers.
Yeah,
right?
It says agents, editors, publishers, and other execs. So if you've got an agent, they would probably do edits with you.
Right.
Then if an editor acquired it through your agent, then the editor would do edits with you. But what people say these days is that you really want your book to be as close to publishing as you could make it. Like you yourself should think it's there. It could go out on the shelf today.
Right.
It won't be. You're going to have
of course
edits through all these other things. But so then the next award that I have, this one is also a really close deadline, and I'm hoping that I can do both. So this is the John Steinbeck Award, and I'm such a big Steinbeck fan. He's from Salinas, which is not far from here, where we live. And so the deadline is October 1st.
Okay.
They say we're awarding one of the richest purses among literary magazines, $1,000 for the winning story. So this isn't a whole manuscript. This is just a story.
Okay.
And the John Steinbeck Award recognizes exceptional works of fiction. Aesthetically, we are open to most styles and approaches, including experimental and literary.
Okay.
All works should be standalone short stories, not chapters of a longer work. Please limit submissions to 5,000 words.
Okay, I could commit to that one.
I think this sounds like, so I'm trying to see if they publish you anywhere. There is a journal, so I imagine they would, submissions not selected for final judging may still be considered for publication in the journal and or online. So I think it gets published in their journal, which is called Reed, R-E-E-D magazine. You would hear back by the end of December. That's so long.
Yeah, but it's still quicker than the novelry, isn't it?
Well, the novelry is going to be turning its shit around like at the end of this month.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it? Oh, okay. Well, that's
pretty sure. So I think I'm going to try to do both of these.
Okay.
Before you talk about your contest, I just want to mention that thing about the writers group.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. So my son's teacher, David, Rachel told me, girl, just ask David about the writing group again.
Right.
So he mentioned it to me once, then I brought it up to him again, and then I was like, I'm just done. I'm done talking to him about this.
Okay.
But then Rachel was like, no, just bug him, just see where this writing group is. Right. He did. He ended up emailing me about it, sending me their email. It's at a place called Books Inc. In Menlo Park. And it looks like there's 30 people or something on their mailing list. I told David, okay, I think I'm going to go. I'm going to see if my friend Rachel will go with me. And then Rachel said, no.
Well, not no. The date just didn't work.
So what Rachel's going to do is go plan her birthday party instead of come to the writers group. So I think that's resistance.
No! I've been planning this party for over a year.
And so you have to do it on this day too?
Well, this is the time that works for the people who are the people at the restaurant. It's like on their time. Come on.
So Rachel's birthday, so she wrote this book that we've been talking about, Dinner for Eight. And in Dinner for Eight, they are having like a murder mystery dinner. And Rachel in real life is having a murder mystery dinner. So on Thursday, when I go to this writing group by myself, Rachel's going to be
on thick.
Rachel's going to be over at the restaurant, like talking to the actors and stuff.
Oh, no. Talking to the restaurant. I have to pick the entire menu. This is a sit-down dinner for 80 people. So I have...
There are 80 people?
So I have to pick the menu with the chef, and we have to talk about how tables will be placed, and, like, do I need to make table cards for, like, place settings and whatever. Like, it's all the logistics for the party. How? It's a big deal, Kayla. It's a big deal.
Oh my God, how do you have 80 friends?
I don't know.
What? I don't have that many, I don't think.
It gets big fast. I think I'm not even inviting about all the people I want to, but the restaurant capped me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Rachel's popular.
Yeah. Thanks.
I think I'm just going to say that if I had stayed in my hometown where I grew up, I would be popular too.
Well, yeah, see, there
Although I was weird there, I kind of needed to get out of there and start fresh.
Oh my God, I was weird here. I'm lucky that people have forgiven me. I mean, the school people plus all their husbands, right? And then all of our group of friends and all of their husbands, and then all of my family. My cousins are flying in from New York and Omaha. Like it's
amazing.
Yeah. So I gotta do this meeting. Come on.
Okay.
I'm not ditching you for no reason.
Okay, so Rachel gets a pass.
Thanks.
I'm going to go with actually my son's teacher, David.
Oh, good.
He's going to go. And he is great. I really, really like him. I don't know how much of myself I can be around him because he's a teacher. And I don't know how much of himself he can be around me. I'm a really messy bitch, and I say a lot of weird stuff. So I guess I have to be on my best behavior.
Well, no. Yes. I mean, no, like, don't say something super offensive, but other than that, just be yourself. People, be yourself. It's cool. What? Being cool. Being cool means, like, just fucking live your life, man.
Do you remember when somebody that we knew went to your kid's teacher?
No.
And told your kid's teacher that you and another mom were really wild on the weekends and you got into all sorts of trouble and that the teacher had no idea how wild you and your other friend was?
Yes.
And you were like really embarrassed, right? Or you were just
No,
the fuck?
it was our other friend who was embarrassed. I'm like, well, cat's out of the bag. I mean, I'm not advertising to the teachers, but also like one time I showed up at the kids' preschool and I was just like, it was like one of those mornings and I had sunglasses on, I thought. And only one of the actual pieces of, plasticky sunglassy, what is it? The shade?
Lens?
The lens. There we go. Only one of the lenses was actually in the glasses.
Oh my God.
But I was so like frazzled with the little kids that I didn't even realize. And I was like talking to the teachers and like acting a fool. And then they were like, and I was like, oh my God, it's just been such a morning. And my sunglasses, and I like poked myself in the eye because I was referencing my sunglasses like a total freak. They already knew I was nuts, man. It wasn't me that I wasn't the one worried about it. I do remember that conversation, but I think it was the other mom who was like, why are they talking about us? And I was just like, whatevs.
Also, our friend Michelle, who we talked about before, she's a teacher, and I kind of asked her, some of my kids' teachers, I think they're cool, and I think we vibe and would maybe want to be friends or something. I was like, is that a thing? Did you ever become friends with the parents? And she said, no, not while their kids are actively in my class.
Sure.
And then she also mentioned that she had wanted her daughter to get into this specific teacher's class. Her daughter didn't get into that teacher's class. But then she had a conversation with that teacher and they were like, yeah, we can go for drinks now.
Yeah.
We can hang out. And so now here's me and my kid's current teacher, David, and we are going to this writing group together, but it's at a bookstore.
Right.
It's not like at a bar or anything. Part of me just wants to clear the air. And this is, I think, part of my weirdo-ness that makes me weird. Like, most people would just be able to sit in the uncertainty and go play by play and
Sure.
be like, okay, like, what's the vibe now? How do I act? What's appropriate? Like, let me test the waters on a little dirty joke. Oh, that didn't hit. All right, we're not doing that. Like, but me, I'm going to actually probably go, David, is this weird? And I'm going to be like, I don't know how to act around you because you're my kid's teacher.
Yeah.
And just see what he says.
I mean, that's a great way to just like break that ice.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're going to a writer's group. It's not like, it's not like you're going to a bar, like you just said. It's all good.
It might, maybe it won't even like come up. I mean, if I were going to the writer's group, if I were going to the writer's group with you afterward, I would be like, let's go get a glass of wine.
Right.
And I want to do that with David. No.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to be an adult woman in the world. And I'm 38 years old. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. I'm still a baby. Well, what I wanted to say about that is, so on Thursday I'm going to that, and David said, okay, bring some writing. And I was like, okay, bye. And he's like, bye. And I'm like, what do you mean bring some writing? Like, read it out to the people.
Yeah, you got to workshop it. That's the point of a writer's group, isn't it?
No, already?
Yeah, well, I mean, what's the point of a writer's group if you're not going to workshop it?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know.
It was a legit question. I mean, just because you want to hear other people's work, like, it's not AA where, like, only one person shares.
No.
Right? Is it? I've never been to a writer's group. Actually, like, this is a legit question, more than anything.
Because you wanted to go to the creative writing group at your school, but then you didn't go back this
I'm not there this semester.
And you decided not to crash it and steal the shine away from the actual students.
Yeah, I just don't want to steal any of their precious time because they're actually students at this time.
I liked your the visual of you saying, I don't want to be this just like lady like rocking up in there like, hey, look at my story. It's like, because also you said they're also young. And stuff.
They're young. I'm just
some random lady off the street.
Okay. But I do believe the Creative Writing Club at CSM, they workshop. It's everyone takes a turn to read a page of their, whatever they're working on to like workshop that piece and people give feedback.
So this will be great because, I didn't really have anything that I would want to bring, but with this John Steinbeck award, I don't want to send in anything that I've already written.
Totally. It's a good one for
I want to make a new one. Mm-hmm. And I want to make it with this new attitude of shirking off all the rules. Because they said that they take experimental and stuff.
Totally.
So, like, I could be as whack as I want. I can follow the muse. And
maybe the muse is sitting on a mule.
I have time. So I have a couple days. I have today, tomorrow, and Thursday before the writers group, so I'll get something together for that, and then I'll workshop it with them, and I'll let you guys know. I mean,
even if you just have like a small outline of what you're thinking to submit on the first, like I feel like that's a great thing to workshop all by itself. Like that's bringing something to the table. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll report back you guys about how my first writers group went with my kids' teacher David, and without any support from Rachel.
Oh. Well, I'll be thinking of you.
Okay.
When is the next one? They meet once a month?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to go to the next one. So
okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Okay, so I have one that I kept popping up, Driftwood Press, and it's a poem and short story contest, and they're seeking submissions for, they're saying, a very like low competition writing contest.
What does that mean, low competition?
I'm not quite sure what that means, but it's their least competitive one is what, I don't know. Their writing contest comes with a cash prize of $400 for first place in fiction and $300 in first place for poetry. And then there is a link in their bio for guidelines and details. And they are Driftwood Press on on Instagram. Okay, so the short story contest with Driftwood Press, submissions will be open from September 1st through January 15th. So there's a bit more of a window. They will be declining and accepting submissions as they read them. So you don't have to wait necessarily to hear, which I think is great. And then all submissions will be accepted initially and then be given runner-up status if they did like it. So, and then in April or May, someone will be awarded.
Whoa, that's so far away, everybody.
It is far away. I couldn't.
Whatever.
The award that you get is the $400, 5 copies of the issue in which the story appears, and then they'll interview you, and your interview will be published alongside your story.
Very cool.
And then runner-ups will be offered publication and accompanying interview to $100 USD and 1 copy of the issue in which their work appears.
So I think what's really good about this one is that you get published. So that's like a feather in your cap.
Totally.
So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little more research into Driftwood Press and see what they've published before I send. And if it's something I've already written, then I'll just send something I've already written.
Yeah. Okay, so the guidelines, 1,000 to 5,000 soft word limit. So it sounds like they're a little flexible on that. They do take simultaneous submissions.
Nice.
You have to submit anonymously.
Oh, yeah, they do this thing with a lot of the contests where they don't want you to put your name anywhere on the file, which I think is cool because you don't really know what your biases are going to be.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so Driftwood Press, put a link to that when we post this episode. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then the next one was Rights of November is this woman who I really like her vibe. She is like super funny and we follow her on Instagram. She is looking through trying to do her own contest, and I haven't seen her stuff before, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm getting into, so I'll have to do a little bit more research, but she's doing a 2-sentence writing contest, and I thought that was kind of fun. 2 sentences? Because they have to hit hard.
Ooh.
You know? $300 cash prize, and then she does social media shout-outs to over 200,000 readers. And then your sentences, you get interviewed and then featured on her website.
It's good for you, girl.
And then, so she wants you to submit 2 consecutive sentences from your work in progress to win these prizes.
Oh, from your work in progress. So it's not like flash fiction where it's supposed to tell a story. It's just like,
oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
2 cool sentences.
Yes.
Cool.
I didn't say that correctly. Thank you for clarifying.
Oh, her name is November. That is such a nice name.
Isn't she so cute?
She's adorable.
Okay, so that's her writing contest. And then you do have to do something on her Instagram, like you comment this SS2025, so SS 2025, to enter this sweepstakes. I'm not 100% on the sweepstakes. I think it sounds really fun and cool, and I like that idea. And I might throw in some sentences from Dinner for 8 for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in some sentences from something.
Yeah. I think have fun. Okay, so that was another one. And then, so those are my only competitions, the ones that I found.
Well, that's great.
But I found some little prompts because I wasn't sure how into actually doing competitions we were feeling. But I feel like we're feeling good about it.
Yeah, we're feeling it.
I had pulled up just like these prompts that I thought could be fun, that we could just like do a little flash thing to share in a story time.
Oh,
coming up.
Right. Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I feel like why not? I think that we should. We've been saying that we're going to do a story time for at least 4 episodes now. I'm pretty sure. So I think that we should do one. I'm going to reach out to MJ, who's and make sure she's okay with us reading the Elon poem because we've talked about that a few times.
Yes.
And because I think that'd be fun to share on a story time.
My friend Scott Gibson sent me a poem, but it wasn't done.
Oh, okay.
And then we started like kind of having a debate about Bukowski. Have you ever read Bukowski?
I have not.
So in the poem, Scott says that Bukowski is this like lovable asshole. I used to be a big Bukowski fan. I read all his books and his poetry and stuff. And I think it was just because I was hanging out with this guy, Scott, my friend. He's still like a dear friend to this day. And like all these other poets and people in Kelowna where I'm from. And we just all had this sort of phase where we were obsessed with Bukowski.
Sure, as kids do.
Yeah. And then later on, I learned that, yeah, he was like a woman beater.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, I just didn't like his stuff as much anymore. We've talked about like cancel culture and stuff a lot on this podcast. And do you still like the work when you find out that the person was an asshole? And sometimes I do. But just for some reason, I was surprised that Scott called Bukowski a lovable asshole and like that he kind of wanted to like be like that. So Scott and I started to kind of debate about that, about his poem. But if he does share his poem, then that would be great, because he's such a good, like, Scott is such a good writer, and he doesn't do it enough. I think a lot of us, like a lot of the people I came of age with, we were all poets and writers and spoken word artists and musicians and stuff, you know, when we were teenagers and in our early 20s, but then we all kind of like grew up, and in our 30s, it's like a lot of us don't do that thing anymore.
Sure.
I'm really glad that I've had this like resurgence of my creativity and passion like later in life. And I want to encourage anybody out there who was like that, who was a creative person in their youth, but let that all fall aside.
Yeah.
To like pick it up again. You're still you. You're still that same person inside, and you still have those things to express.
Yeah. Submit something to us. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it, baby. Cool. So those were all of your. Are we reading these prompts? Okay.
So, well, it's a lot of prompts. So I'll choose just 3 randomly from each little list, because it had like a few different subjects.
Okay.
And then what if we just do a little challenge for the storytime episode to don't write for more than 2 hours on just this prompt.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Like a time limit.
Ooh, okay.
And if it's finished, it's finished. And if it's not, it's not, but we share what we got.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So, so here's the first one is enemies to lovers is the theme. And you use or are inspired by the quote, bold of you to assume that I'd care. And then another one is, you're hurt? Why are you always hurt?
Oh.
And then another one is, get behind me.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. So that's the enemies to lovers ones. Angry confession prompts. Trust me, I'm also trying to understand how in the shit this happened. Okay, that's a funny one. I haven't read these through.
Whose are these?
I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. It's from an account called Writer Threads.
Writer Threads.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What's up?
Tell me how I'm supposed to unlove you then. Tell me. Spare me.
That's interesting, because usually if you say spare me, you're kind of like telling somebody to like spare me the details. I don't want to hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But this is like, so this is a different spin on spare me. It's sort of like spare me the pain of having to try to figure out how to unlove you on my own or something.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Okay, here's the last one for this one.
Okay.
Since when did you ever care about me? And then it's another person answering in this prompt. Since fucking forever, you idiotic dunce. So that's that one. And then I have one more, the sickness or injury prompts.
Okay, yeah, let's do those.
Okay. One quote is just tell me where it hurts.
Aww.
Another one is, can you carry me?
You're making me want to cry.
I know. And then, why didn't you tell me it hurt so bad?
Oh my God, this is making me so sad.
I know, these are sad ones. Okay, so those are the prompts to choose from.
Oh my God.
So if you're listening right now and you feel inspired by one of those prompts and you want to do the 2-hour limit and write something to us, you can submit anonymously on our website. We do not require a name.
Yeah.
So please submit it.
Or you can get all the credit that you want. We'll tell people about your Instagram or whatever you want.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Whatever you want, baby.
Even you, Dad. I know you're listening.
David. Yeah, maybe David will send something. That would be so exciting.
If you do it anonymously, Dad.
Oh my God, really? What?
I don't know. I'm scared.
You're scared what he's going to say?
No, I'm sure. He's actually a really good writer, so it would be fine.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Okay, we have our little 2-hour limit prompt for the next Storytime episode.
Okay, yeah.
And then we're going to be recording again in the next few days. Are we having it? Is that going to be Storytime?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do a recap on how the writers group thing was.
Great. Perfect.
And then we'll do Storytime.
Fantastic. I love that.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you. Bye.